Marco, the marine biologist from Maine. Marco and his dad were having a walk on the beach when Marco saw something. "Dad, look at that. Is it a turtle?" "It is a marine turtle, son. I think there is something in its mouth. Let's check it out." They reached the turtle and found it struggling. There was a straw in its mouth that it could not get out. "Marco, help me hold it while I try to remove the straw from its mouth." Marco's dad removed the straw. They worked together to move the turtle back to the ocean. With some effort and pushing, they were able to move the turtle to the water. The turtle swam away quickly. "How did this turtle get the straw in its mouth, Dad?" "Probably it thought it was a worm or something it could eat. There are billions of plastic pieces in the oceans that are affecting marine life. Humans are polluting the environment with all kinds of things, from plastic in the oceans to harmful gases in the air, to cutting trees in forests. We are not taking care of Earth as we should, son." "Are there more straws in the ocean, Dad?" "Oh, there are more than straws, son. Plastic bottles, bags, tires, ghost gear, wood, and a lot of garbage that floats or sinks." "What is ghost gear, Dad?" "It is fishing nets, sometimes called fishing gear, used by fishers to catch fish. When they lose that gear or the nets, it floats in the ocean and fish, whales, dolphins, or seals can get entangled in these nets and die. Sometimes big whales don't die immediately, but the nets hang on their flippers or tails and create grooves that hurt the whales. If no one sees these whales and rescues them, these nets can stay on them for years or until they die." "Have you rescued a whale from nets before, Dad?" "I have, son. I work as a marine biologist, and during my visits to the reefs and parts of the ocean where whales like to be, I found a shark whale that had a net stuck on its tail. It could not swim fast, and the net had carved a groove in the whale's skin. The whale must have been in pain. I worked with my colleagues to free it from that net. It swam very fast after that. We could barely see it as it sped away." "What is a marine biologist, Dad?" "I study life in oceans and seas, son. There is much to explore and learn about the amazing creatures in the oceans, big and small, how their life is affected by their environment in water and outside of water, and how all that affects us." "I like dolphins and whales, Dad." "Is that what you study at work?" "Oh, we study much more than that, son. Dolphins and whales are only two types of mammals in the oceans. There are so many more, from plankton that whales eat, to jellyfish that don't have a brain and can live forever, to bioluminescent fish that glow in the dark, to corals on reefs. There is so much to explore and learn, son." "Do you dive in the water to study the fish, Dad?" "Sometimes I do. It depends on the project I am working on. Some projects are about the feeding habits of whales, others are about the coral reefs. We can learn a lot from the creatures we study and observe." "Have you heard of the mantis shrimp, son?" "No, does it fly?" "No, it does not fly like the flying fish or praying mantis, but it has amazing abilities. It can see more colors than humans can. Its hammer claws are so powerful they easily crack crab shells. These claws are designed in a way to be very strong. We can learn from that to design our own tools to make them stronger. We also study fish to help find cures for human diseases." "You said coral reefs, Dad, what are they?" "These are sea creatures that live underwater on reefs. We observe them to learn how changes in ocean temperatures affect them. When ocean temperatures change, they affect life in the oceans and rainfall on land, which affects the crops we plant, the cattle we raise, and the fish we eat. Earth's environment is always changing, so if we can know ahead of time how it is changing and where these changes will happen, we can prepare ourselves." "Did you hear about the wildfires?" "Yes, Dad, I heard about them in the news. Climate change is happening, and it is affecting us. Oceans are a very important part of the climate, so we need to study them to know how that will affect our lives." "Why do you wear a jacket to school sometimes, and a short-sleeved shirt other times?" "Because it depends on the weather, Dad. If it is hot, I wear short sleeves, and if it is cold, I wear a jacket. I have to prepare for the weather outside." "Exactly, son. We need to know how the weather is going to be, so we put on the right clothes. The same thing for climate change. If we understand how and where it is going to affect our activity as humans, we can prepare ourselves. If some areas will face droughts, and others will have floods, we can plan and tell people what is going on." "But Dad, what does climate change have to do with the garbage that the turtle ate?" "Almost everything around us is connected, son. Humans have been burning fuel for a long time to make things they need to live. That fuel that humans burn produces harmful gases that go to the atmosphere, which affects the climate. When humans are done with the things they made for themselves, they throw it out as garbage. Some of that garbage finds its way to the oceans. Some marine life or fish in the oceans eat some of that garbage, like the marine turtle we saved today. That plastic will hurt marine life and might eventually end up on our tables when we eat seafood. Can we do anything about that, Dad?" "Humans are smart, son. We need to think together to find sustainable energy sources and recycle everything we dispose of to reduce or eliminate any harm to the environment. Come on, let's go home. That evening Marco had a dream. Next morning, he woke his dad up to tell him what he saw. Dad, good morning. I had a dream last night. Good morning, Marco. What was your dream about? I became a marine biologist and was diving in the ocean. I saw so many fish with different colors and sizes. I saw jellyfish and the corals. While I was looking around, a great white shark suddenly appeared. Oh, no. What did you do? I couldn't move fast enough. It looked like it was not hungry at that time, so it just passed by me, but it was big, and I was afraid. Its teeth were so many and so big. Were you able to get out of the water? I was, Dad. I reached the boat and got out in time. Sharks usually like to eat seals, fish, and squid. They attack humans because they confuse them with their favorite meal, the seals. We can go diving together if you like. I think I have a small diving suite that is your size. That will be great, Dad. I really want to explore the oceans and hope to help in preserving them. I think you will enjoy becoming a marine biologist, son. I hope you become one. I hope so too, Dad, can't wait.